so good.
Radio Voces Latinas, 1610 AM. A drink of water with Joyce Aldrich. Refresh your mind.
Welcome to this edition of A Drink of Water. And we're just days away from celebrating Canada's 150th birthday. And, since I only have an hour, just not a whole lot of time, I've decided to play some artists I think you'll enjoy. And we'll cover some Canadian history and some Canadian music. And I've got Diem LaFortune, Mama D, Chris Burkett, Peter Boyer, Same Latitude as Rome, and Kim Doolittle, who we're going to hear from at the start. She's from Nova Scotia originally, is now singing in Toronto and performing a lot of great blues. And a lot of great musicians have hailed from Nova Scotia, a great province. And we're going to listen to two songs from her newest CD. She's got 9 out there, and this one's called Into the Blue. And I want you to enjoy these two great songs. We're going to hear more from her later on in the show, but to start off, here she is, Kim Doolittle. And this is from her CD, Into the Blue. Enjoy.
Into the blue, into the blue, made some changes that were overdue. Gray clouds lifting, new horizon coming into view. Move on through into the blue. Put my hands in the good brown earth and tiny seed I sow. Rain and warmth and the bright sunshine, I watch that little seed grow. Into the blue, into the blue, made some changes that were overdue. Gray clouds lifting, new horizon coming into view. Move on through into the blue. Crimson red of a bright sunrise, I feel the world aglow. Let that warmth wash over me, let that music flow. Into the blue, into the blue, made some changes that were overdue. Gray clouds lifting, new horizon coming into view. Move on through into the blue. There's a rainbow in the palm of my hand, a spectrum in the sky, moving through the black and white. Let those colors fly into the blue, into the blue. Made some changes that were overdue. Gray clouds lifting, new snowball day in hell before I'll sing Bobby McGee. I used to go drink for drink with every yahoo with a double fist. Sobriety caught up with me. It's legendary, all the fun that I've missed. And now that I'm an artiste, I'm taking things more literally. And it'll be a snowball day in hell before I sing Bobby McGee. I don't eat American pie, and I used to love JT. Carole King, it's too late, baby. You don't play all songs that are written by me. You can bend me, beat me, hit me, shake me, and smack a guitar clear across my head. If I had the choice between death and singing Bobby, I think I'd rather be dead. Don't get me wrong, when Chris Christopherson wrote that song, he didn't think it would be beaten half to death by every half-baked guitar picking chick singer wearing denim and a leather vest. And I can't choke out even one more note. You're not even gonna get a lottie-daddy-daddy out of me. It'll be a snowball's a day in hell before I sing Bobby McGee. I'll be drinking ice water with Satan himself before I sing Bobby McGee. Ooh, no, not me. No, I don't think so.
Well, I do think so, that Kim Doolittle is a wonderful singer-songwriter, storyteller, and she says that music is her life, and she loves to sing, to write and play and tell stories about life, and she does it so well. And Kim, you know, we really don't want you to have to sing Bobby McGee, because your songs are just absolutely beautiful. And this album, Into the Blue, was produced by Ken Whiteley, and Kim says this is a sum of 43 years and comes straight from the heart, and the songs reflect her deep desire to move forward in her musical life. And certainly we will be moving forward later in this program to hear a couple of more tunes from Kim Doolittle's new CD, Into the Blue. And you can get that CD if you want while you're listening to this program. Go to her website, Kim Doolittle Music. That's KimDoolittleMusic.com. And you can buy this great music right there online. Next artist I'm going to bring up is Mama D. Oh my goodness. Now, Mama D, I met her a little while back, a few years ago, and she's quite the fighter, champion of causes, and activist, and she's a believer in guardian angels. And she's a singer-songwriter with a very varied life experience. She is First Nations, and of course, you know, we need to understand that Canada is 150 years old, but really it goes a lot farther back than that. My goodness, our treaties started back with our First Nations back in 1701. So we've been negotiating for this country for a long time, and we are here on the strength of treaties alone and by the grace of First Nations. So this is a song that Mama D wrote, and it's called "And on the Evidence," and this is Mama D.
Have landed, but the line from the ship to the shore's in our command now. But to the peacemakers, dreamers, the lovers and healers before us, strong, they carried us on. What can we make of this? You have smiled as you've recounted your great victories. You have sung your many anthems without their harmonies. You have cried to your mother's mother, and still you let it be. You would turn on your own cousins to write your history. And on the evidence you're implicated. And on the evidence we have paid some price. And on the evidence we find you guilty. And on the evidence it is time for reparation. There's been a pushing of many souls into oblivion. We have been offered in return a nearless Babylon, a textbook heaven we can't touch, but lives cut down with pain. You have bled poisons into hearts, you'd piss on anything. There are faces from the past you cannot wipe away. It is your peace stolen now by those that lie in wait for all you took, for all the grief, for all your blood and trail. Till now your breath like a wicked storm blows itself across the scales. And on the evidence you're implicated. And on the evidence we have paid some price. And on the evidence we find you guilty. And on the evidence it is time for reparation.
And that's On the Evidence from Beauty in Hard Times. That's the name of the CD, Beauty in Hard Times. And that's Mama D, DM La Fortune. And if you want to get her music, definitely go to horizondancer.com and you can read about DM's incredible story and get her music online as well. We're going to go to break right now. And we'll be back here on CHHA 1610 AM right after this with more of A Drink of Water and some great Canadian artists.
You are listening to Radio Voces Latinas, 1610 AM. A drink of water.
It's 15 degrees at here at CHHA 1610 AM, and it's 9:18. Oh my goodness, 15 degrees. As I was reading that, I thought, oh my God, it's 15 degrees. But no worries, it's going to go up to 20 tomorrow, so almost seasonable. Anyway, seasonal. Seasonal. Boy, am I getting a little mixed up in my words tonight. Okay, no worries. It's seasonal temperatures tomorrow, almost 20 degrees. And here tonight, if you're just tuning in to A Drink of Water here, we're listening to some Canadian artists who have something to say about Canada, or just some great Canadian music. We heard from Kim Doolittle and, of course, Mama D. And the next group I'm going to share with you is a group called Same Latitude as Rome, and that's Peter Boyer. And that is a folk group that released its 5th CD of original music called Early Days, and I will be playing 2 songs from that CD. And one of the songs, actually, a lot of people think we have really boring Canadian history, but we do not. We're very exciting people. I guess it's because we still have that British contingency that we sort of still remain fairly polite. But Thomas D'Arcy McGee, who was one of our founding fathers, fathers of Confederation, was assassinated in 1868. And I'm going to play that song. It tells the story of the assassination of D'Arcy McGee, and that is by Same Latitude as Rome. Yes, this was quite a dramatic episode in our history here in Canada, and a short, less than a year after Confederation was formed. So this is assassination of D'Arcy McGee, and this is Peter Boyer and Same Latitude as Rome.
It was a clear April night in 1868, just a block from the hill, and the hour was late when from a coat pocket Patrick James Whalen drew a Smith & Wesson pistol, a Model 2, with malice aforethought. He did not hesitate and shot D'Arcy McGee, who Fenians did hate. Whalen said, I was there, but the killer wasn't me. God save Ireland, not that turncoat McGee. But the jury found him guilty, and in 1869, Patrick James Whalen paid the price for his crime. 5,000 bore him witness on the scaffold that cold day. He didn't show remorse or have much to say. The funeral cortege was 15,000 strong. McGee was laid in Côte-de-Neige in Montreal. Canada and Ireland share his legacy with a bond sealed in the blood of D'Arcy McGee. Thomas Darcy McGee.
And that's the assassination of Darcy McGee from the Early Days CD by Peter Boyer and Same Latitude as Rome. And what a great group of players they had in there. This was produced actually by the legendary musician and songwriter J.K. Gully, and three of the songs, Song for Louis Riel, The Ghost of Bullock's Tavern, and Union Man, all won songwriting awards from the Folk Music Ontario and the UK Songwriting Competition. When we come back from break, we're going to hear Song for Louis Riel, which I think is actually my favorite song from that album of Early Days. It's just magnificent. And of course, we know that the Métis are just now, getting their rights here as First Nations people in Canada, having been Métis, which is a mix. A very, very, very sad history that they have. And I just wanted to share what Peter Boyer says about writing these stories. He says, I choose these stories because they each contribute in their own way towards our national identity as Canadians. And a surprising few of us know much about these stories. And the early days of Canada were remarkable times, and as I began researching them, the stories told themselves. You just can't make this stuff up. And that's true. Like I was saying, we have a remarkable history here in Canada. I'm going to be playing actually one of my favorite songs too in the next segment, is along with Song for Louis Riel. I'm also going to be playing a little bit of, I didn't say I was going to play this before and I started off this show because it's a little bit of a surprise, but I'm going to do a little bit of Stompin' Tom and Big Joe Mufferaw, and I'll tell you that story a little later on. The story that my grandfather told me while we were sitting around the kitchen table. He told us many stories because my grandfather was also part First Nations and French, so the stories we told, and the spoons that were played, and the drawings with his big flat carpenter's pencil on a piece of paper, and he would tell the stories as he drew the pictures, and I remember those days so well. And it's I wish those days would be back, and in a lot of ways I also hope for those kind of things for our own children, that we are able to give them some sort of great memories and to tell people about our histories. It's really important to share family history with our children. No matter where you come from, it must go on. That's our link. This is our root, and Canada is the we're a nation of many roots. So we're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to hear the song of Louis Riel.
You are listening to Radio Voces Latinas, 1610 AM. A drink of water.
I'm Gabriel Dumont, and a story I will tell about some trouble long ago and a man that I knew well. We grew up in the St. Boniface Road together at Portage until a Canadian hung him on the cross. We knew the paddle song since the fur trade began. There was money to be made on the backs of Métis men. The land we cleared and farmed Lake Canadian tried to sell, and we found a savior, and his name was Riel. Riel was brave, Riel could fight, Riel stood for what is right, a holy Bible in his hand, and Métis un bon Canadien. Manitoba founding father in 1870. Then some of us moved west to keep our liberty. History was repeated, it was how the West was won. With towns and settlers everywhere, and the buffalo all gone. Riel was brave, Riel could fight, Riel stood for what is right. A holy Bible in his hand, and Remetier and Bon Canadien. Along the South Saskatchewan we settled new land. Riel came back to lead us, and we stood man to man. At Duck Lake, Lake Canadien heard our battle call, but when the cannon came, Batoche was soon to fall. Riel was brave, Riel could fight, Riel stood for what is right. A holy Bible in his hand, un Venetier, un bon Canadien. His trial was swift, and he spoke with dignity. Some said he'd be spared if he pled insanity. Hung as a traitor, you can call him what you will. It's too late for justice up there on the hill. Riel was brave, Riel could fight, Riel stood for what is right. A holy Bible in his hand, un Remetier, un bon Canadien. Riel was brave, Riel could fight, Riel stood for what is right. A holy Bible in his hand, un Remetier, un bon Canadien.
Song for Louis Riel from Early Days by Same Latitude as Rome. That's Peter Boyer. And wow, what an incredible, incredible story. If you're just tuning in and you're listening to A Drink of Water here on CHHA 1610 AM, it's 9:34. And before we went to break, I talked a little bit about Joe Mufferan, who was a French-Canadian folk hero from the Ottawa Valley, where I come from. That's where I was born, in Ottawa. And I talked a little bit about my père, La Violette, who used to sit around the kitchen table and tell me stories, tell my brother and I stories about Big Joe Mufferan. He said, you know what? He was a real person. And yes, he was. His name was Joseph Montferrand. And he lived from 1802 to 1864, so before our Confederation. And he was listed in Joe Finnegan's 1981 book called Giants of the Ottawa Valley. So there you go. There is the Valley of the Jolly Green Giant after all. There are giants in Ottawa Valley. Look at that. Well, I stand at 5'9.5", and I'm actually a shrimp compared to my Ottawa relatives who, oh my gosh, the men are like 6'7", 6'8", so maybe there's some truth in that. There must be something in the Ottawa River water. I don't know. Something in that valley. Maybe that's why it's Silicon Valley. Anyway, enough of my ramblings. I will play right now Stompin' Tom Connors. Great. What a great storyteller and a great Canadian. Did you know that Stompin' Tom Connors never performed outside of Canada? He said there were enough stories to tell and enough places to go in Canada. It filled his entire life, and what a great Canadian. So here it is, Stompin' Tom Connors, Big Joe Mufferan. Here we go. Enjoy.
Heave-hi, heave-hi-ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferan Joe, Mufferan Joe. Big Joe Mufferan paddled into Mattawa all the way from Ottawa in just one day. Hey, hey, on the River Ottawa, the best man we ever saw was Big Joe Mufferan, the old folks say. Come and listen and I'll tell you what the old folks say. And he say Big Joe had an old pet frog, bigger than a horse and he barked like a dog. And the only thing quicker than a train upon a track was Big Joe riding on the bullfrog's back. Heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. And he say Big Joe used to get real wet from cutting down timber and working up a sweat. And everyone will tell you around Carlton Place the Mississippi dripped off of Big Joe's face. Heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. Now Joe had the portage from the Gatineau down to see a little girl he had in Kempville down. He was back and forth so many times to see that gal, the path he wore became the Rideau Canal. Heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. Big Joe Mufferaw paddled in the Mattawa all the way from Ottawa in just one day. Hey, on the river Ottawa, the best man we ever saw was Big Joe Mufferaw, the old folks say. Come and listen and I'll tell you what the old folks say. And they say Big Joe put out a forest fire halfway between Renfrew and Old Arnprior. He was 50 miles away down around Smith Falls, but he drowned out the fire with 5 spitballs. Heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. Well, he jumped into Calabogie Lake real fast and he swam both ways to catch a cross-eyed bass. But he threw it on the ground and said, I can't eat that, so he covered it over with Mount St. Pat. Heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. And they say Big Joe drank a bucket of gin and he beat the living tar out of 29 men. And high on the ceiling of a Pembroke pub, there's 29 boot marks and they're signed with love. Heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. Big Joe Mufferaw paddled into Mattawa all the way from Ottawa in just one day. Hey, on the river Ottawa, the best man we ever saw was Big Joe Mufferaw, the old folks say. Come and listen and I'll tell you what the old folks say. They say heave, hi, ho, the best man in Ottawa was Mufferaw Joe. Mufferaw Joe. Big Joe Mufferaw, 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 Big Joe Mufferaw.
Big Joe Mufferaw. And see, we have Canadian folk hero that, and he's real, and he'll go up against Paul Bunyan any day down there in America. Now, speaking of America, there's North America, Central America, and South America. And this this Saturday and Sunday, this July 1st and 2nd, San Lorenzo here, we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful celebration called Inti Raymi. And that's going to be at 2999 Dufferin Street here in Toronto at Fieldstone Day School. And it's the Summer Solstice Festival, and it's a very big festival in South America. And it's Saturday from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., lots of folklorica, and we're going to be, and there's lots of dancing, lots of great food, wonderful for the family, and it's going to be a wonderful time for all to come out and have it. It's free. It's free. You know, you come out. Of course, you have to pay for the food, but all the entertainment is free, and it's a really great expanse of land. So you're going to have fun. Bring the kids. Bring a ball. You know, and have a ball. But on that note, I'd like to play a song that was written by both Chris Burkett and Buffy Saine-Marie. Buffy Saine-Marie is, of course, First Nations Canadian here. And Chris Burkett is from England originally. But they got together and they wrote this song. And it was originally meant for the migrants who were coming into Spain from northern Africa. But it works completely for any of our migrant workers who come here into Canada from Central and South America. and who work so hard, especially from Mexico. We have a lot of migrant workers coming from there. And this I'd like to dedicate to those people who come up here to Canada to earn a living for their families, and they give up an awful lot, and this song talks about that. It's called We Can Make It by Chris Burkett and Buffy Saine-Marie, who actually will be here in Toronto on June 30th down at Nathan Phillips Square. Highly recommend you go down and see her. And Chris Burkett will be in the sound booth taking care of her sound, because he has also produced her last 5 CDs. So she'll be singing some music from that CD that they produced, just released. So here it is. We Can Make It, Chris Burkett and Buffy Sainte-Marie's song.
My life into my hands the way I've done.
As We Can Make It, Chris Burkett and Buffy Saine-Marie. You could hear her singing in there. What a marvelous performer. Don't miss her at Nathan Phillips Square this June 30th. Go down there and enjoy. Celebrate this Canada Day weekend. And don't forget to come to Indy Ramey as well. July 1st and 2nd, 2999 Dufferin Street in Toronto. We'll be here right after break with a drink of water with some more music from Kim Doolittle and also from a Tibetan performer, Dorji Tsaring, who I had on a couple of weeks ago, but I'm promised to play his beautiful Thank You Canada song again. What better time to play it? So I will be hearing from Kim Doolittle and Dorji Tsaring after this.
You are listening to Radio Voces Latinas, 1610 AM. A drink of water.
Don't cry over someone who won't cry over you. I've been all tied up in knots while someone slipped right through. Some helping heart steals your joy, leaves you with the blues. Don't cry over someone who won't cry over you. Let love doesn't love you back, like pushing on a string, all you got is slack. You can't force a feeling to make up for what you lack. Have you ever loved someone who doesn't love you back? Let love
Great advice from Kim Doolittle. Let love be your goal, and certainly let that be what we think about this week. Love our neighbors as ourselves, and also to be thankful that we live here in Canada, which is a wonderful country. So with that, I'd like to say goodbye here on A Drink of Water, signing off with CHHA. Thank you, Canada, Georgie Sarine, and we'll see you at Intirami this weekend, and maybe down at Nathan Phillips Square on the 30th, on Friday. What a week, what a weekend. So thank you, Canada.
Tukjiche kadinche, tukjiche kadinche, tukjiche kadinche, tukjiche Canada. Tukjiche means thank you for kindness you have shown. Kadinche means gratitude for Canada, my home. Gasushupa means open arms, bigger than the sun. Tashidele means namaste, blessings on everyone. Oh. Strong and free. Itowa means the sad times you have seen me through. Lewa is the happiness that I wish for you. Tukjiche Canada. Romi tutala rawon chosung keda yiga sungyola ya pure nangsung kanga yobe mirina na shite chusung Canada ki kadi ge nane jeda met. Romi tutala rawon chosung keda yiga sungyola ya pure nangsung kanga yobe mirina na shite chusung Canada ki kadi dala tukjiche shu. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Canada.
CHHA